Have you ever bought a stock, convinced it was going to be the next big winner, only to sit on it for months or even an entire year while nothing really happened? The price barely moved, maybe drifting sideways, while your capital was tied up and your patience slowly drained away. And then, almost mocking you, you see other traders enter different stocks and immediately ride a wave of momentum, pulling out profits in a matter of weeks. That contrast can feel frustrating, even unfair. But here's the truth. It's not luck. It's not that those traders have some secret hotline to Wall Street. The real difference is the quality of the entry point. Professional traders understand that when and where you enter a stock is just as important, if not more important, than what stock you choose. A strong entry point not only increases your odds of success, it saves you from wasting time holding weak stocks that may never deliver. Think about it this way. In the market, your capital is finite, but opportunities are infinite. You can't afford to let your money sit idle in trades that go nowhere. Every day, strong stocks are setting up in powerful trends, and the pros know how to spot the right moment to strike. They're not buying randomly, and they're not gambling. They're waiting for precise conditions that tilt the probabilities in their favor.
That's what today's video is about. I want to walk you through how professional traders think about entry points, not in vague terms, but with practical, evidence-based methods that traders like Mark Minervini, William O'Neill, and other market veterans have been teaching and using for decades. We'll break it down step by step, so by the end, you'll have a clear roadmap of what separates a sloppy entry from a professional one. Now let me set the tone up front. This isn't going to be a flashy, hype-driven video. My philosophy with trading is serious and disciplined. If you're here for special effects and quick thrills, this isn't the place. But if you're ready for an honest, lecture-style breakdown, the kind of approach professional traders actually use, then stay with me. Because what we're about to cover could completely reshape the way you think about entering trades. And here's where the story really begins. Professional traders don't start by asking, "Where do I buy?" They start by asking, "Is this stock even worth buying in the first place?" Before they look for an entry, they analyze the bigger picture, the overall trend. Because here's a fact. No entry technique will save you if the stock itself is weak or stuck in a downtrend. That's why the first principle of a strong entry point is simple but powerful. Always trade with the larger trend.
Mark Minervini, the U.S. investing champion, once said, "If you can't make money in the strongest stocks, you won't make money anywhere else." That single line captures the mindset of professional traders. They don't waste time trying to revive weak, lagging names. Instead, they focus on the leaders, the stocks already proving themselves with strong price action. Before a professional ever considers an entry point, the very first question is, what's the larger trend? Think of it as checking the current before you swim. If the current is moving against you, it doesn't matter how well you stroke, you're fighting a losing battle. But if the current is with you, every effort gets amplified. In practical terms, a strong trend means the stock is making higher highs and higher lows, and it's trading above key moving averages like the 50-day or 200-day line. These aren't arbitrary numbers. They're widely followed benchmarks that institutions, hedge funds, mutual funds, pension managers use to measure whether a stock is healthy. When a stock stays above these levels, it's a sign that big money is supporting it. And make no mistake, it's institutional money, not retail traders, that drives sustainable moves.
Now let's make this concrete. Take Tesla in 2019. For years, the stock had been choppy and frustrating. It would spike up, then collapse, leaving traders guessing. But by late 2019, something shifted. Tesla started pushing to new all-time highs, and, more importantly, it held above its 50-day and 200-day moving averages. That was the signal professional traders were waiting for. The larger trend had turned. By early 2020, the stock launched into one of the most powerful runs of the decade, multiplying in value. Those who recognized the trend early didn't need to predict, they simply aligned themselves with the flow of strength. On the flip side, think about what happens if you ignore the trend. Trying to catch a stock making lower lows is like trying to grab a falling knife. Even if you get the timing right once or twice, the odds are stacked against you. Professionals avoid that trap. They'd rather miss the bottom entirely and enter once the trend is proven, because they know survival and consistency matter more than bragging about buying at the exact low.
Here's the deeper lesson. The best entry point in the world means nothing if the stock itself is fighting gravity. Professionals stack the odds by starting with strength. They know that a rising tide lifts all boats, and a strong stock in a strong sector within a strong market gives them the highest probability of success. But here's where it gets interesting. Even once you've identified a stock in a solid uptrend, that doesn't mean you jump in immediately. Pros don't chase blindly. They wait for the market to prove itself, to confirm that the move is real and not just noise. That brings us to the second principle of finding world-class entries: waiting for confirmation. Professional traders don't predict, they wait for the market to confirm their thesis. That's a subtle but powerful difference. Most beginners enter because they think a stock looks cheap, or because they feel like it's about to move. Pros, on the other hand, don't rely on gut feelings. They know that no matter how strong the story behind a company sounds, price action has the final word. So what does confirmation actually look like? At its core, confirmation means the stock proves it's ready to move. That could be a breakout from a well-defined base or a surge in volume that shows institutions are stepping in. William O'Neill, the legendary founder of Investors Business Daily and author of How to Make Money in Stocks, was relentless about this. He taught traders to buy at pivot points, specific price levels where a breakout occurs, not in the middle of random dips. His reasoning was simple. If a stock can't break out of resistance with power, it's not truly under accumulation by the big players who drive long-term trends.
A textbook setup appeared with Apple in mid-2020. After the March crash, the stock quickly rebounded and then spent several weeks consolidating tightly in the $75 to $80 range, forming a classic cup-with-handle base. While fundamental analysts worried that the COVID-19 pandemic might trigger a global financial crisis, professional traders viewed it as the perfect time to stalk their prey. In early June, Apple finally broke above resistance around $80. The breakout day didn't come with explosive volume, just slightly above average, but the tightness of the base, combined with steadily declining volume beforehand, signaled that supply had dried up. When sellers are exhausted, it only takes a spark for price to launch. For traders, that was confirmation enough. Just 2 months later, Apple had rallied more than 70%. That's the power of waiting for confirmation. Contrast that with traders who jumped in too early, buying during the choppy base before confirmation. Many of them got shaken out when volatility spiked. That's the danger of predicting instead of waiting. Without confirmation, you're exposed to false starts, fake breakouts, and whipsaws that slowly bleed your account. With confirmation, the odds tilt in your favor, because you're entering at the moment strength becomes undeniable. But here's something that often gets overlooked. Confirmation alone doesn't guarantee safety. Even after a breakout, you still need to think about risk. Where do you place your stop? How much room do you give the stock? What happens if the breakout fails? These are the questions professionals ask themselves before pressing the buy button. And that leads us naturally to the third principle. It's not enough to identify the trend and wait for confirmation, you also need to choose your spot wisely. The best traders aren't just looking for proof of strength, they're looking for low-risk locations where they can define their downside clearly. Because in trading, protecting capital is just as important as capturing upside. Even if you're right about the trend and you've waited for confirmation, there's still one more piece of the puzzle that separates professionals from amateurs: managing risk at the entry. Pro traders think about where they're wrong before they think about how much they could make. That mindset alone changes everything because it keeps them focused on survival first, profit second. So, what does it mean to choose a low-risk location? It's about entering where the downside can be clearly defined and limited. These locations often form near support levels, whether that's a rising moving average, a pivot zone from a previous base, or an area where institutions have stepped in before. By buying close to support, a trader can place a stop loss just below it. If the trade fails, the loss is small and controlled. If it succeeds, the upside often dwarfs the downside. Think about it as playing defense in sports. The best teams don't just score points, they minimize mistakes. Trading works the same way. You don't need to win every trade. You just need to make sure that when you're wrong, the damage is limited, and when you're right, the rewards are significant.
Let's look at NVIDIA in mid-2023. The stock had been on a historic run, fueled by the surge in AI demand. After a sharp rally, many traders were tempted to chase at new highs, but pros knew better. Instead of piling in when the stock was stretched, they waited for a natural pullback. Sure enough, NVIDIA came back to its 21-day moving average, an area that had acted as support multiple times during the uptrend. For disciplined traders, that was the low-risk location. They could enter as the stock broke above the line with confirming volume, set a tight stop just below it, and still participate in the broader strength of the stock. If the trade failed, the loss would be minimal. But if the trend continued, they were positioned with excellent risk to reward.
This is why location matters so much. A good entry isn't just about buying a strong stock at the right moment. It's about doing so in a way that tilts the math in your favor. Professionals constantly ask, if I'm wrong, how much will it cost me? Only when the answer is not much do they pull the trigger. And here's the beauty of combining all three rules. When you align with the larger trend, wait for confirmation, and then choose a low-risk entry location, you create a framework that takes much of the guesswork out of trading. Each step filters risk and increases probability. We've covered the three rules separately, but trading doesn't happen in isolated steps. In real life, they work together like gears in a machine. So let's put it all together with one concrete example, Lululemon in 2018. First, you have to identify the stock's primary trend. By late 2017, Lululemon had regained momentum. The stock pushed back above its key moving averages, the 50-day and the 200-day, signaling that institutional money was returning. For professional traders, that alignment was a clear sign the stock had re-entered an uptrend, meeting the basic condition for a potential buy.
Second comes confirmation. After the late 2017 rally, Lululemon moved sideways in a tight range. That was natural. After a run-up, stocks often face profit-taking pressure. But this period was critical for determining whether the stock was truly strong and worthy of attention. Strong stocks with real institutional support tend to form solid bases because big money continues to step in even after the initial surge. In Lululemon's case, after about 3 months of tight consolidation, the stock broke out in late March 2018. What mattered wasn't just the price clearing resistance, it was the surge in trading volume that came with it. That volume spike was the signature of institutional buying. It confirmed the breakout was not just retail noise, but backed by serious capital. As William O'Neill emphasized time and again, breakouts on volume are the hallmark of genuine strength. Lululemon gave traders a textbook confirmation.
Third, you need to identify the low-risk location. A breakout is only as good as the risk you attach to it. In this case, the pivot point, the breakout level, gave traders a natural reference. By entering close to the pivot, professionals could place their stop loss just below the base. If the breakout failed, they'd be out quickly with a small, controlled loss. But if it worked, the upside was enormous compared to the risk. And, as history shows, It worked beautifully. The result? After the breakout in March 2018, Lululemon stock surged 55% in less than 2 months, a gain big enough to satisfy any trader. And here's the key takeaway. None of this involved prediction. Traders didn't need to forecast Lululemon's earnings or guess the future of athleisure. By simply following 3 rules, trade with the larger trend, wait for confirmation, and enter at a low-risk location, they had a clear, structured way to ride strength while protecting the downside. That's the power of disciplined entries. When you put the pieces together, you stop gambling and start trading with a repeatable process, one that gives you the confidence to act when the market presents opportunity. So let's bring this full circle. At the start of this video, I asked you a simple question. Have you ever held a stock for months, even years, only to watch it go nowhere while other traders seem to capture quick, decisive gains? Now you know the answer. It wasn't luck. It wasn't some secret insider tip. It came down to the quality of the entry point. Professional traders don't buy just because they like a company or because the price looks cheap. They operate with a framework. First, they make sure they're trading with the larger trend, because fighting the tide is a losing game. Second, they wait for confirmation, real proof that institutions are stepping in and the stock is ready to move. And third, they choose low-risk locations, so that if they're wrong, they lose small, but if they're right, the payoff is worth it. Think about how different that is from the way most people trade. Most retail investors focus only on the story, what the company does, how exciting the product sounds, or what they read in the headlines. But the market doesn't reward good stories. It rewards disciplined execution. By applying these 3 rules, you stop handing over your capital to chance, and you start putting probabilities on your side.
And here's the real takeaway. This isn't about finding one magic trade. It's about building a process you can repeat over and over. That's how professionals survive market cycles, and that's how they grow accounts steadily over time. Now, if this breakdown gave you a new perspective on how pros approach entries, here's what I want you to do. First, hit the like button. It tells me this type of deep dive content is valuable to you. Second, subscribe if you want more serious trading education without the fluff. And third, drop a comment below and let me know, which of these 3 rules do you struggle with the most right now? Is it identifying the trend, waiting for confirmation, or managing risk with a low-risk entry? Your answer might spark the topic for the next video, and who knows, it might even be the key to unlocking your next breakthrough in trading.